It's pretty amazing how much content Chantel wants us to see on New Year's weekend um, about this relationship that she wants to keep private, right? But she wants to keep posting about it over and over again. Uh, I'm just waiting for my mom's gonna come over. We're gonna watch the ball drop, have some pizza, and try and avoid the drunk drivers, right? Because that's what normal single people do. Chantel, who are not desperate for dick. We will be staying at home, watching the ball drop, and eating some pizza. I am not going to be out on the streets. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but I'm guessing you're probably going to be kissing Pete's. All right, here goes. Once again, thank you, Unicorn Pondu, for this video. I can't even with you. You're hilarious.
Well, hello everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pandu. Welcome back to another video. And today Chantel has made her decision in this new video called My Final Decision, and I'm assuming it's about her man. My guess is that she's going to go back to her man and whatever. I'm just assuming. I haven't even seen it yet, but I guess let's see what Chantel has to say.
Well, and I'm also guessing that it's not her final decision. I mean, for any Star Wars fans out there are no absolutes. Right? But you also know the contradiction in that statement. All right, let's go.
Say today, shall we? Because I'm very intrigued about what she's going to say.
Well, hello. What a long break that was. I've been gone for half a day, I think. All right, so I'm going to talk about this whole situation that obviously I don't even have to mention what it is. So if there's one thing I regret the most, it's impulsively coming on here and doing that live stream talking about
What'd I tell you?
my private matters online.
Yeah, that was probably pretty ill-advised, Chantel. Especially because apparently there's some footage of you from a few days earlier or somewhere earlier in the time frame talking about how you were aware that he had fetishes.
I can assure you, with regards to my marriage, that will never happen again. The internet, especially when you are me and you have dozens of vultures waiting for any...
Oh my gosh, shut up. Okay, so it's
Yeah, like seriously, Chantal, what would you call Access Hollywood or just even the news? Like, if something comes up with a general celebrity and it gets covered in the news, are they vultures now because they're covering the story? You have a particular following of people who are trying to figure out what's going on with this network of people with eating disorders, and you're like, why are you looking at me? I know I'm putting everything up on social media. I get this. Like, I'm putting everything up on social media. But how dare you have an opinion?
everyone else's fault that your man was talking to another woman. Okay, I love that for us the most, I guess. It's just, oh, okay.
Scraps you throw their way. The internet is not a place to open up if you want a healthy relationship. I learned that the hard way. So many.
But yet here you are complaining about the internet as you're on the internet, complaining about the internet. This is probably going to be like a lot of pauses in this video. Sorry ahead of time, but like the Delulu. Also, Happy New Year's. We forgot to mention Happy New Year's. Have fun. Get a ride home. Wear a condom if you're gonna be having some, fun time, and be safe and have a wonderful New Year, guys.
Times.
Yes, make sure you get a cab or an Uber.
Regardless, all would have come to light anyway, but my reaction could have been to have handled it in private. So, I had a decision to make. I had a lot of thinking to do. I've been unable to sleep, only thinking about it when I try to fall asleep, and just feeling alone and far away. So, I'll just come right out and say, I've decided to make my marriage work, And I will tell you why. Number one reason, just plain and simple, it's the fact that I love Salah. I love him on a level which I have never...
I'm sorry, Chantel, you really don't know this guy. You're still in the infatuation stage of your relationship. You can't say that you love him, period. Because you have not known him long enough to have formed such a deep relationship that you love him, okay? Most of us grown-ass adults realize that it takes a few years of dating before we get to the place where we're like, yep, I want to spend my life with this person. But not you. Just a few weeks, right?
Loved anyone before because of how he treats me. Every single emotion, no matter how corny it may have looked to some in our couples videos, they were real. Edited, yes, but real. This man opened...
Edited but real. Edited but real. Just take that into account about what she's saying. Edited but real, girl. We've all seen you on live stream, in videos together, whatever the case may be. The chemistry is not there. Sorry, but very cringy to say the least.
Opens doors for me, the car door every time we go somewhere. I've never had to open a car door. We are together.
What difference does that make? Seriously, just because somebody has basic manners, they walk on the outside of the street next to you, they walk behind you when you're going upstairs and in front of you when you're going downstairs. These are all just etiquette. This is etiquette, Chantel. That's not treating you like a princess. That is basic etiquette that many men know. Okay, so he opens car doors for you. That's fucking fantastic. You know what? My boyfriend opens doors for me too. And we have a little bit of a rocky relationship as well. I mean, we kind of go back and forth because we're trying to determine how much time do we spend with each other. Like, how much time can we dedicate to each other? These are the types of conversations we have. What we don't do is have fights over him cheating on me. That's not a fight.
24/7 when in Kuwait, and he treats me like a queen. I've never felt safer.
But yet was talking to other women behind your back and only really came up whenever he was caught and outed. Keep that in mind also.
I know you will all laugh at that, but I'll get to that. And I've also never felt more provided for and loved and cared about in this particular way. Which brings me to the treatment. I mean, it's royal. I am treated like a queen, and he has never once been abusive or yelled at me or anything. So to...
I don't know if you actually know what it is to be treated like a queen, because most men don't do it, period. And I don't believe for a second that this lazy motherfucker who's relying on you for income is treating you like a queen.
Say just because he has a fetish, he is an evil man, is just not true, because the proof is in him treating me amazing for over a year. And I did know about some fetishes he liked, but it didn't really go anywhere, and we just adopted our own intimacy style.
Well, what were they? Now that you've given us TMI, now that you've opened up that box, what did you already know about? And why are you even doing this video? Is it because of Allah's interview last night?
I don't judge him on those fetishes because in his real everyday life, not fantasy, he's an amazing man who would...
About that though, yeah, remember about the perfume business text messages that came out and he was kind of super aggressive towards somebody, and remember that's the real issue I have, is like he takes it to a whole new level outside of kinky fun time, but you know, she's not going to mention that at all, of course not.
Not hurt anyone. Well, maybe he would kung fu a few dickheads, but yeah. So I mean...
He could...
What are you, dating Jeffree Star? What the fuck? Who the hell is looking for a man who's gonna kung fu some dickheads for you? No. Are you looking for an adult relationship or not, Chantel?
It looks like he couldn't even open the pickle jar on his own, ma'am.
My next main reason is because in Kuwait, I do feel like a princess because of how loving and attentive my husband is. The next thing, this is a one-time occurrence.
Is that why you're in the apartment like the whole goddamn time and you never go anywhere? He's so attentive, right? Okay.
I'm
Red room pictures, those thong pictures that you mentioned and then never mentioned again. I'm going to have to say that I, as an individual, and me, myself, and I have come to the conclusion that that is probably false. It's only one time that you know of and that he's willing to tell you. Allegedly, of course, but again, I would not be surprised if something else were to pop up in the future.
not naive and will say for certain it will never happen again. But if it does, I'm prepared to deal with the consequences. I want to give another chance.
This is also just a rehashing of like that live stream that she did, and also every single photo she looks different, which
Nothing has happened like this before because, well, I just have my ways of knowing, which I won't go into. But even the screenshots that were revealed between him and this skank show Salah saying he has never talked to.
I would highly suggest stop calling her that, because he slipped into her DMs and she just entrapped him by screen capping all of those vanishing chats. So I would highly back off of the calling her a skank. She basically just brought something to your attention that you should have known about. And it sounds like you did, because you're like, I knew about some of the fetishes, right? Okay. I have not had that issue come up in my relationship of bizarre fetishes, okay? Or at least stuff that I would not be willing to partake in. That, just exploring body parts and stuff like that. But, that's very bizarre to me, that you're willing to put this all out there, that you're like, well, I might have known about it, and, we might have been having some problems before this relationship started, like this affair was revealed. There might have been some problems. Oh, and I'm going to ignore the fact that one of his close friends just did an interview last night and said, don't come back, Foodie, right? Don't come back to Kuwait. Let him become a man. That's what he said.
So wait, what do you mean that like you have ways that you're not going to go into? Like, do you have like a parental app on his phone or something? Because like that's, and like I said earlier, it's the one time that you found out. God only knows what he's been doing behind the scenes that you don't know about.
Any other woman, etc., etc. So he was being open at that moment, so I believe he was being honest. So when I weigh the good versus bad, which is this one...
Okay, so you believe that he was being honest when he's been going behind your back, though, but you're going to believe him that he's never done anything before like this, though. Like you said yourself, Chantal, once a cheater, right?
I think our love and marriage is worth saving. He is very sorry and is willing to make it up to me in every way.
I don't, because, like, literally the only thing you have with this guy is a geographically impossible situation for you. That is where you have no friends. You're stuck in an apartment all day. And you have a cat and a hamster. That's what you got. So I don't see why the fuck you would fly all the way across the country for him again. Across the world, really. I mean, it's like halfway across the world to be in a crappy ass 1-bedroom apartment and stay there all day just fucking eating yourself to death. You can eat yourself to death in Canada and you'd have better health care.
Possible for as long as it takes. I don't want to break up our family over this. This incident has revealed that we need to communicate better our intimate wants and needs and feelings. We will work on our personal marriage privately. Now, the amount of hate I've been getting over taking back my husband is just ridiculous and insane, if I'm being honest. So the key term I want to focus on is my marriage. MY space MARR.
It's not your marriage, though. You're not really married, are you? You have like a religious marriage, right? You don't have a legal marriage that is transferable into other countries. You don't have a real marriage.
IAGE.
That YOUPOSTONTHEINTERNET. Isn't that just great? I can spell too, I know.
Not the internet's marriage. Not the...
That UPOST. Oh, well, you guys get the joke already. But, like, if you don't want anyone to comment to get off the internet, bye-bye. You should be doing that anyway because you're boycotting or something like that. Yeah, just leave. But you're not going to, are you?
Creator's marriage, my marriage. Which means, other than this mishap, no one knows much about my marriage at all. Heck, a lot of you are still...
God damn, I hate it when people play house. It's such bullshit when they're like playing house and then they end up in a bad situation and they have to break up, and it's just embarrassing for everybody, including the people around them, because we're the ones who tried to like lift them up and support them during this bullshit.
Speculating on whether we are even married at all or not. So it's safe to say that behind closed doors, no one really knows the dynamic and how we treat each other. Period.
Until you guys actually do break up, and we're going to be hearing everything and then some.
But I do, though. And I live my life. I share it, but in the end, I live it, and the only right you have is your opinion, which without the experience of living my life is not very credible. I appreciate all your support, I really do, but when it comes to life, I have a right to make decisions that are fully my own. Salah is an amazing man.
I mean, yeah, of course you do, but like whenever you make stupid decisions and then tell the internet about it, I don't know, don't expect anyone not to make a comment.
But he is also human, just like every one of you.
No. He's not just an amazing man and human. He literally had an affair with somebody who was trolling him and wrote some of the most repulsive, disgusting fetish bullshit ever. Own it, Chantel.
Though some, I'm not sure anymore, are actually human. I'm talking about Gore World. But anyway, he's not perfect.
That revolves around you. It's the audience and the members and whatever that you yourself have gravitated towards and rely on to keep your channel alive. So, I don't know if that was supposed to be some sort of like, ooh, you guys aren't human, but like yet you guys watch me and keep me relevant though.
YouTubers are not perfect,
okay.
Far from it, and that's why you're even watching me. But I will tell you, if you're watching for a train wreck, you will be watching for a long time, because this train...
Yeah, you know that a lot of us have called you a train wreck. You also basically stole my ER story. I would like to see some fucking evidence that you actually went to the ER and experienced the exact same events as me. Okay, I get that it's easier to steal content from smaller channels, but that's some bullshit, your story. Sciatica up and down your leg, huh, Chantal? You haven't talked about that again in over a month, right? But you watch me well enough to know that I have complex regional pain syndrome and have nerve damage up and down my left leg. All right. Okay, girlfriend.
just keeps going. It hasn't stopped yet. I know you're hoping for a...
Even though it just stopped like the other day. The text messages, this is some stupid. I was wondering what the train message meant in her last community post, but like it makes sense now looking back.
crash, but you know why it never happens? I have safety features, my friends. It's called God, and praying and giving my stresses to him and appreciating...
Really? Because in your message, your live stream in which you just found out for the first time, allegedly, you said that you didn't believe in God anymore, right? I gotta talk to my mom here in a minute. You said you didn't believe in God anymore, and that you were ready to take off the hijab. So, how am I supposed to believe that anything that you say about God matters right now?
Bad moments and only thinking how I can grow from them. So all in all, the good in our marriage greatly outweighs the bad. We have built a nice little life together as a pet family, and it's cozy and loving, but nothing and no one is perfect, and I am willing to look.
But is it sustainable? That's my next question.
No.
Because we're only in year 1, and this is where we're at right now.
Past this, provided it does not happen again. And like I said, if it ever did, I'm prepared to deal with the consequences. So going forward, I will mostly be doing content that involves close to no personal life stuff. I want to do videos on cooking, healthy, travel, and vlogs, and shopping hauls, and
Oh
really...
god, here we go with the Ashley, like, oh my gosh, travel influencer, just skinny girl things, and kale salads, and kale smoothies, and like, this is going to last maybe, if we are lucky, a week. And then it's going to be back to doing life.
Well, and on top of it, the shopping hauls, she keeps blowing all the money that she actually gets from the AdSense. So that is going to kill the marriage too, because he's expecting her to pay for him.
Streams and doing pre-recorded videos, yada yada yada. This is not gonna last. I mean, it's a good goal to have, don't get me wrong, but like, when it comes to Chantal and like longevity of said content, I don't have that much faith, I'm very sorry to say.
Becoming obsessed with being a new me. You know, boring stuff, I guess. Anyways, thanks for listening. I know most will not understand this decision, but you don't have to. For those who do and continue to support me, I thank you. I have seen comments of people saying they will stop watching me if I choose to save my marriage. Well, you are free to do as you wish, and so am I. Now, I want to touch on something important, actually. I know some people will think I'm weak for forgiving him. I gave this a lot of thought and realized that it actually takes a lot, and I mean a lot of strength, to go through the motion.
Okay, so in my head, this is how this goes. The negatives of dumping him, I don't have a man. The pros of keeping him, I get a man. I get to tell everyone on the internet that I have a man. Yeah, I know, it's so wild that you would keep them though, right?
Of forgiveness for something like this. It takes inner strength to control your emotions enough to think rationally about the situation and evaluate our relationship and its worth as a whole.
It takes inner strength to actually make the decision that you're with the wrong person, that he's abusive to women, that he's low-key abusive to you as well by doing that, and that you've been ignoring the comments that have been publicly available where he's been abusive to women. So, you know, don't talk to us about inner strength, Chantal. You are somebody who promotes domestic violence.
It takes strength to forgive someone for wronging you. It takes strength to hold it together when everything...
I don't know, did I walk into like a Sunday Bible school lesson, or am I watching a Chantal video? Because I was not expecting like a preachy sort of situation type deal in this video, but yeah, here we are.
...is falling apart. Oh, and the big question here is, once a cheater, always a cheater? I don't believe so.
Chantal, you yourself said, once a cheater, like, that's your own words that you use. Don't, like, try to, I don't know, walk it back. Just because it's deleted off of your channel doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's your own words. So you're a cheater. So, yeah, again, once a cheater, right?
Yeah. Once a cheater, yeah. Except in my case, I haven't cheated since, so. Because this is a term that has actually been debunked. But also, men can grow and change, and I'm hoping...
But it's a quote that you said, though, the other day. You can't.
The case here. And if not, I'll deal, like always. Guess I'll find out eventually if my choices were a good thing. Actually, here are some facts that may shed some light on the situation. Infidelity affects 1 in every 2.7...
Oh my god, it's something that you got off Google and probably doesn't have any sort of reliable sources or anything. Wonderful. This is definitely the thing I wanted to look at on New Year's Eve, wasn't you guys?
7 couples, and most, 65% to 70%, stay together after. Most partners engaged in infidelity actually want to stay in their relationships. So it's not, again, a situation that's black and white, and unless you're living it and you are in this relationship, you don't really have a right to tell me what to do with my own life.
Okay, but people have an opinion to comment on it. If you don't like it, get off the internet. Bye-bye.
Or even get personally affected by my decisions. We're not tight like that, okay?
Yeah, thank God.
Anyway, I just really miss the Middle East and my family there. And I wish you all a happy new year and see you in the next one.
Right.
Okay, that's it. That was interesting, to say the least. I have a feeling that that video is going to be quoted so much if they ever break up, but, you know, time will tell, I guess. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. And again, I hope that you guys have a wonderful New Year's. Stay safe, have fun, and I will see you guys, I guess, in the new year. Bye.
Never underestimate the power of a woman. They say people...
Yeah, here's the thing. Chantel, you can say that the once a cheater, always a cheater doesn't apply in every circumstance, but I think when we apply that logic, we're talking about like a dude's college years compared to when he wants to actually settle down and have children. You're not going to have kids. You know it. I know it. Not going to happen. Okay? So, this dude is still in college mentality. And he's not, he will continue cheating on you, period. Allegedly.